Hello everybody, my name is Miofanon, and in this video I survived 100 days on a floating island world preset. In normal mode because I'm a baby and don't really want to try hardcore mode. Anyway, this video took 3 weeks to make, so please like and subscribe, it would make me feel really good. And also, this video was inspired by TheNotable, link in the description. Anyway, let's get in to day number 1. After loading into the world for the first time on day 1, I immediately got to punching a tree. Then, I crafted a wooden pickaxe, and went and started gathering basic resources, such as stone, coal, and iron. Then, in the evening of day 1, I saw it. A village. The first thing I found the next day was a patch of pumpkins, so naturally I took them. Then, upon investigating the village, I realized there was only one villager there, so I locked him in his house and took away all of his freedom. Then I dug up some hay bales to turn into bread later, and, well, looking out into the abyss, I saw it, a mine shaft. But then I noticed there wasn't any loot in it, so I turned around. On the way back, I noticed a ruined portal, so after failing my MLG to get down there, I took the mediocre loot and got out of there. Then I set up a furnace before I slept well that evening. When I looked out into the void, I noticed that there was more to the village, but it was all floating down below. Upon breaking the roof of the first house, I realized that all the floors were gone. So I grabbed a blast furnace and a brewing stand from some of the buildings, I played with a funny door, then left. I wanted to go to the Nether, but realized that finding diamonds in the overworld was close to impossible in this world setup, so I decided to get lava buckets. But I wasn't paying attention and fell out of the world. I learned a valuable lesson this day. The next day, I went straight into the mines. I mined all day long, and by the end of the day, I even had a full set of iron armor and tools. I wanted to finish my nether portal today, and I just remembered about a nearby ruined portal, so I crafted a couple buckets, I went over there, I took a bunch of lava, and as the sun set on day 6, I had lit my nether portal. I woke up early on day 7 because I wanted to venture into the nether and try and find a nether fortress, but all I found was a bastion, and I quickly left after I had a scuffle with the piglin brutes. I realized that getting diamond armor would be difficult and that the only way I could plausibly do it was with villagers, so this day I decided to set up a farm so I could feed the villagers when I actually transported them. Day 9 was the day that I finally decided to go look for a village, and about halfway through the day I found one, and it had 4 villagers in it. But I stayed out a little too late and had to run home because so many monsters! I spent all of day 10 wandering around my land trying to decide if I should bring all the villagers from that new village to my old one, or just take everything I own and move to the new village. I eventually decided to move to the new village. On day 11, I moved all the stuff from my old village to my new one. On day 12, I finished moving stuff from my old base to my new one. Then, on a nearby island, I prepared to install a villager breeder. And when I was doing so, I almost fell into the void. I started construction on my new villager breeder, day 13, but then I was blown up by a creeper. I spent the rest of the day trying to find the coordinates for this new village. Then I spent all of day 14 going home. It was pretty annoying. Day 15, I was finally able to finish that villager breeder. I even got 3 villagers to go inside. Now all they'll get to do is make babies. After moving houses, my old farm was dismantled, but I still needed food to feed my villagers, so I reconstructed my farm. The next day I finished my farm. Then I got beds to put in the villager breeder to prepare for babies. I even started work on an actual house. Day 17 was a good day. More house construction on day 18. There's no sand in this world, so I had to use fences for windows. I also managed to finish the exterior today. Day 19, I moved all my stuff from my hobbit hole into my house. I also went and expanded the potato section of my farm, and at the end of the day, I slept in my new house for the first time. On day 20, I fenced off some area to keep some animals. I even managed to catch some chickens later that day. Day 21 was mostly farm chores. I managed to catch some sheep, which I'll use their wool to make beds to breed more villagers. The next day, the villagers finally made babies, and to celebrate, I employed one of them as a farmer for the rest of their life. On day 23, I focused solely on trading with my villagers, but I didn't have a lot to trade, so it wasn't very productive. Day 24, I set out on an adventure to find lava to build a new nether portal. I didn't find any, but I did find a nearby zombie spawner that had an enchanted golden apple in it. All I did on day 25 was run around and collect lava. The audio for this day is gone, but I was getting lava for another portal. Yay! The next day, I was ready to go in. Little did I know I'd spend 2 entire days wandering around the nether before I finally found a nether fortress. Then I killed Blaze, I got 12 blaze rods, and I got out of the nether. Day 29, I planted the nether wart I got from the nether fortress, then spent the rest of the day trading with villagers. On day 30, I spent the whole day in the nether, chopping trees. I figured out that the most efficient way to get emeralds would be stick trades with Fletchers. On day 31, I traded all the sticks that I had collected yesterday for some sweet, sweet emeralds. Then I started construction on a new, safer bridge over to my farm. It's much better than just a 1-block wide thing. The next day, I finished the bridge I started. Then I went and traded with the villagers, and I finished off the day by collecting wood for sticks. Day 33, I constructed a bridge over to my villager breeder. Then I farmed for the rest of the day because I wanted more money for diamond armor. The next day, I finally got some diamond armor. But if I die, it's gonna cost a couple emeralds to get back, and I'm not really that rich, so it's going on the shelf for now. Even though I have diamond armor, I still need diamond tools and a sword, so that means leveling up a toolsmith and a weaponsmith. So, I spent the entire day mining iron, because that's the best trade with the toolsmith. On the morning of day 36, I collected sticks while I waited for the iron from yesterday to smelt. Then, I traded all, and with those emeralds, I bought 4 diamond hoes. All I did on day 37 was chop down wood in the nether for sticks. Honestly, what did you expect me to do? Once again, all I did was trade with the villagers, but you gotta understand, I had so many sticks! On day 39, I spent most of the day mining iron and gathering gravel for flint. I realized that the easiest way to level up the weaponsmith is probably the flint trade, so I decided to capitalize on that. I started off day 40 by trading my iron to the villagers, because I wanted full diamond tools and weapons. Then, to finish off day 40, I gathered some more iron and flint. Day 41, I finally got that diamond sword that I wanted from the villagers, so now I was fully kitted out in diamond gear. I then spent the rest of the day mining cobblestone for a build I want to make. Day 42, I raided a bastion. Although all the piglins and hoglins were giving me a lot of trouble, and the best loot I ended up getting was an efficiency 5 diamond pickaxe, half used. Day 43, 44, and 45 are all lumped together because they're basically the same. I waited for stone to smelt, I traded with the villagers, I did chores. That's it. On day 46, I focused on making it so my villagers would breed more. I wanted some librarians to give me some good enchanted books for my armor. Then I spent the last part of the day gathering materials for a build I'm going to start soon. I spent most of day 47 flattening out an area for the build I'm going to start tomorrow. Then I spent the rest of the day gathering resources also for the build I'm going to start tomorrow. On day 48, construction on this project finally began, and I suppose I haven't mentioned what it is. Basically, it's nothing too impressive, it's really just a miniature castle with a miniature village around it. I just thought it'd be an interesting thing to try out. The next day I finished my miniature village. I even installed a wall around it to keep out the creepers. And at night, I even got this nice shot of it. We're halfway to day 100. And to celebrate, I did the thing I did the most of so far in this video. Chopping trees. Day 51, I planted a singular melon onto my farm. Then I constructed part of a bridge staircase thing up to my miniature village. I ran out of resources and had to go mining, though. Day 52, I added some safety features in the form of walls to my stair bridge. Then I traded sticks to my Fletcher and then reset a while to get protection 4, but ended up getting mending. I spent the next 3 days resetting villagers to try and get protection 4, but I couldn't! Day 56, I wanted to take a break from resetting librarians to try and get protection 4, so I gathered wood and wool all day, in preparation for a build I'm gonna do tomorrow. On day 57, I started working on that build, and let me tell you, it's a windmill. Now, I'm not really the greatest at building, and the end result is okay, I guess, but it's all practice, right? On day 58, I was back to trying to get Protection 4. I decided to use a new strategy where I created a separate box, trapped one villager in it, and continuously reset his traits. This is much faster than the way I was doing it before. And by the end of the day, I had the enchantment. I did a whole lot of chopping of nether trees on day 59. I needed emeralds for protection books. On day 60, I traded a whole lot of sticks. And I also farmed and then sold those goods, and by the end of the day, I was 3/4 enchanted with Protection 4. I wasn't recording for the first part of day 61, but I think you can tell that from my inventory, I died. So I spent the rest of the day in the nether getting sticks to try and re-earn all that stuff. All I did on day 62 was chop, 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 as well as sell some stuff, but mainly chop, chop, chop. There's so much chopping, it's even infected day 63. Day 64, the full stack of days. I mainly just traded sticks all day long, and I even managed to get my full set of tools and armor back. Day 64 was a good day. Day 65, I was AFK, and I don't remember why. All I did on day 66 was chop trees in the nether. Yay, exciting. I started day 67 off with a bit of trading with the villagers. I then spent the second part of the day mining bone blocks in the nether for a project I'm gonna work on. I need a lot of bone meal for growing plants. All I did on day 68 was farming. I gotta keep those villager stonks up. Gotta stay rich. I needed a medium-sized island for this project I'm gonna start tomorrow, so today I found one and I decided to start bridging over to it. This is gonna be a fun one. On day 70, all I did was till the ground, and that is because the thing I am building is an entire island of wheat. It's going to be glorious and covered in gold. Day 71 through 74 was spent tilling. This took way longer than I thought it would. Finally finished the tilling on day 75, then I harvested some pumpkins and melons to celebrate. Day 76, I planted seeds all day, but now I'm out of seeds and I'm only about 60% done with the planting, so this is going to be a nightmare. Back into the nether, day 77, I was there in search of bone blocks to try and get some seeds a little faster, but I found none. Guess I already cleared them all out. Started out day 78 by doing a bit of farming. I acquired some seeds that way. Then in the evening I did a bit of planting. It was a good day. I needed more wheat seeds, but I had already harvested all of my wheat, so I took to the fields and just destroyed a bunch of grass to acquire seeds. After many days of tilling and planting, I finally did it. I covered the entire island in wheat seeds. I'll come back in a while to look at all the fully grown wheat. Day 81, I decided I wanted to find the stronghold. So I threw my first eye of Ender and traveled all day. Then I stood around in a village house all night long. On day 82, I found a Pillager outpost. Now this was the first time I'd seen one in this world. But then I went slightly to the right and I saw the stronghold. So I turned around and went back home because I wasn't ready to fight the Ender Dragon. I'm planning on fighting the Ender Dragon on day 100, so these next 17 days are going to be mostly preparation for that. So today I did a lot of trading to get a new set of diamond armor that I could enchant with Protection 4, just as a backup. Day 84, I was chopping wood in the nether for sticks. I still need Protection 4 books and a spare set of diamond armor. Day 85 was simple. I traded sticks and produce. Started off day 86 with some good old-fashioned villager trading. And by the end of the day, I was even able to put Protection 4 on all the pieces of my spare diamond armor. Day 87, I ventured into the nether to get gold for golden apples. If I was going to fight the Ender Dragon on day 100, I was going to need them. Day 88, I did a lot more farming and selling, so I could afford a ton of ender pearls from my cleric. I still needed emeralds on day 89, so I went into the nether and chopped down a whole lot of trees. Day 90 was more basic prep for the Ender Dragon fight. I did a little more trading, and then I bought a bunch of arrows. I'm gonna need those. We're getting pretty close to the Ender Dragon fight, and on day 91 I was collecting some wood to turn into sticks to sell for some emeralds, just to finish my preparations. Day 92, I traded a bunch of stuff for emeralds, then I bought a bunch of bows from my Fletchers. I then combined those bows into a power 4 punch 2 bow. This will be perfect for taking down the Ender Dragon. I spent all of day 93 brewing some cool potions, like regeneration and strength. I was AFK for day 94 and 95. In my notes it just says food. On day 96, I did a little bit more trading just to make sure I had everything for the fight. I also went to go check on my island. It's not going to be done, so I'll show it to you in the outro. I started off day 97 by going and mining a bunch of netherrack, because I was going to need some blocks for the fight, when I stumbled across an ancient debris at Y level 37. Wacky. I then spent the rest of the day farming. Day 98, I had no idea what to do, so I just ran around doing small things like fixing up paths and farming. Day 99, I set off for the stronghold. When I got there, I took a bunch of stuff out of my ender chest and got prepared. Early in the morning on day 100, I laid the Eyes of Ender into the portal frames and jumped in. Then, I proceeded to fight the dragon. After watching the credits, I went back to the overworld and placed my prize upon its podium. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe as it would help me out a lot. There are possibilities of more 100 Days videos in the future, so if you like that or have an idea of your own, please comment it. And also, I know this video wasn't perfect, but it was my first time and future ones will be better.